So, certain things that have happened to me in my life that have changed the direction that I've headed on is actually when I'm more in a creative state and I get a really strong gut feeling about something, to do something, to ring somebody, to read a book. There are certain things that it's that calling, it's that inner stirring, and I love that, because then what I'll do, and this has actually happened to me. I remember, and I'll give you a story. When I was reading the Celestine Prophecy, it was a book written by James Redfield, and I was stirred to just read this book. I went out and I bought it, and I came back, read it, and I milked through it, and I really loved the book. But I was so stirred that I thought, you know what, and this is what I'm like. I learned something, and then I'm saying, okay, I'd love to teach this. And so what I ended up doing was contacting him, because I was inspired to do it, to see whether he would come out to Australia so that he could come and teach people what I had read in this book. So I did. I contacted him, and long story short, negotiated with him, and I brought him out to Australia. And he did a talk here in Sydney, and one in Melbourne as well. And it was the greatest thing. But that was me listening to my gut, and that set me on a path of doing so many more things. So it's really listening to that calling. When you get that stirring, just act on it. You've got nothing to lose, as long as it's legal. But the fact is, just go with that gut feeling, and it won't happen all the time. So don't be sitting there saying, oh my God, I haven't got that gut feeling today. But when you have it, you'll just have that calling where, you know what, I really feel like ringing this person, or this person is coming up in my mind today. Ring them. Listen to that. And the more you train yourself to listen, you'll actually steer yourself on the path that you're meant to be on. And I'm a firm believer of that. Everything that's really changed in my life has been listening to that inner voice, that inner calling.